Alrighty, everyone. Hello and welcome back for some more Starcraft 2 action. Today we have a game versus Scarlett and Zest from the most recent Dreamhack Masters Winter in 2021. This game I wanted to take a look at because Sasha had an incredible run through the Dreamhack event, and yeah, I've always loved her gameplay. So spawning in the bottom left is our Red Zerg. It's Scarlett. And in the top left on Pride of Alteris, it is the blue Protoss, Zest. So straight away, we see Zest coming in here, maybe looking for a pylon block of the natural. Maybe just looking for a natural, doesn't see one. But Scarlett, already ahead of this, has a plan. She's going for the gold expo as her natural. Zest wondering what's going on with the supply time. No natural, sees no pool. He's got to know there's a hatch out on the map somewhere. Behind this, the Zest looks like he's going for a gateway expansion, while trying to be a little bit annoying with his probe. And Sasha just went for the hatch gas pool. Yep, Zest going to take his Nexus around 20 supply. And I'm guessing there's going to be Cyber Core coming up soon. And his probe's coming back in, still looking to see what Sasha's doing. No natural. No nothing. He does see this expand, though. So the probe went by and confirmed that it was a gold base. Starting to transfer drones to the gold and try to be a little bit annoying with this probe, but I don't think Scarlett is going to let that happen. Not at this level anyways. What's going on back in the Protoss base? Overlord going in to scout. The timings on everything looking pretty good for this time of the game, I'd assume. And we have an Adept coming out. And on the side of Scarlett, we have Queen production. Ling speed, and she pulled all out of gas. So she's going for the real mineral heavy composition for the early game. Just droning and queens. I think we're going to see a lot of that. And our Protoss opponent is going for a Stargate. Scarlett sees none of this. She only sees the Adept, the Gate, Cybercore, and the Nexus. So she's not sure it's a Stargate yet. Takes her natural. Right around the 20, like 30 supply-ish, 31. Seems pretty standard for what we're trying to do here. And queen production. So far, 2 queens with 2 more on the way. I don't think that's going to slow down. Going for the creep spread. And then just injecting with the queens that pop out. We have a Void Ray from the Protoss. And still just queens from the Zerg. Has not gone back in gas yet. Saturated mineral line. Saturated mineral line. Now, looks like she's starting to put back on. Nope, trying to maintain full saturation on these mineral lines. I mean, granted, she built a spore here, but still more queens. Okay, so what are we up to now? 5 queens with 2 more on the way. And here we have a third, pretty early. I'd say probably standard for a Stargate build. And Scarlett's just going to poke around here, but look at this Adept. Cheeky positioning. That's great. Only 2 are attacking it. And then 2 more warp in. So these Zerglings are not long for this little mission here. Got a pylon for their troubles. 8 lings, 2 drones. What was I looking at? So we have a double Stargate. And our Zerg, I'm sorry, is just constant queen production. Stops at 440 to get a layer on the Nat. Up to 8 queens with 2 more in production. Lots of gas coming down now. And +1 air weapons. So, okay. This is certainly looking like it's evolving into a Sky Toss composition. Those are so many queens. 2 drones maybe went down there? Yeah, just 2. To 2 adepts. Those queens were ready to go. Lots of drones. Queens. 10 queens on the map. Still going for the +1. Fleet Beacon's going to be finishing up soon. And, more of the same. Tempests. I wonder if that's Zest's reaction to try and deal with this. Get the Tempests out early, kind of let them siege up here on the high ground, maybe? I'm just trying to think in my head about how this is a good decision from our Zerg, or our Protoss player. 11 queens, 57 drones. She's actually lower in the drone count here. But if you just queens alone, look at the difference. 4 adepts, 1 void, 1 oracle. Constant queen production still. 3 on the field. 3 in production, 12 on the field. She's spreading creep. This is pretty good for the 6-minute mark, 6.5-minute mark, to get the creep going all the way out here. So I think Scarlett's plan this game was queen walk from the get. At least some hardcore queen pressure. Alright, we're getting this upgrade chronoed for the Tempest to do more damage to structures. So I'd have to assume that it is to lay siege to spores and just bases and buildings in general. Roach is coming out, still queens, +1, and a spire in the background. I believe that's probably going to be most likely for a follow-up. What do we see this Protoss doing? 3 voids, 5 tempests into void ray production, and 1 oracle and 4 adepts. We have the 5 tempests over here. At this point, she sends her queens back to try and defend this a little bit. And there's plenty of them here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 queens just in this general vicinity. Apparently, it looks like 5 one-shot queens. So these queens, I don't think would want to stay here for too long, because the rate of fire is not enough time to transfuse, but she's also going up here. So I think she's trying to bait some of the attention from the Protoss up into this fight. So maybe the Tempests will go back to defend, but... Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Ravager here, and all these queens. A couple roaches coming up. More voids in production. And these things are just kind of trying to blast this hatchery. Let's see if he makes the decision to get out of here. Kills the gold. Well, it looks like he's going to keep pushing into the base, but Scarlett is doing some irrevocable damage over here. This base is not long for this map. And now the Ravagers want to get in on the juicy action up here instead of wasting their time on the Nexus. We got Queens popping voids. We got Tempests assaulting bases and recalling, and Oracle down there killing at least 7 drones. But back here, we got Void Rays getting hit with Biles, and Queens taking down an actual base. So this is really good damage. It looks like Scarlett's taking some losses here on the Ravager. They're getting blasted by the Void Rays, but at the trade-off of losing 22 probes, seemingly a 3rd base is going to get completely stripped. And she's taking down some units. So let's see. Units lost tab. 1 Tempest, 4 Voids, 12 drones, 11 Queens. Pretty similar on the gas. Definitely a little more mineral lost for our Protoss player here. Those Tempests have a good siege spot. Now she's making Corruptor behind all this. The Corruptor are already here coming in, which are much better suited for the Tempests. But at this point, I think any unit that Scarlett can pick off here is a win, because the Protoss's economy is in shambles in comparison. So the longer the Zerg can just keep the Protoss back, the longer her drones have to work, doubling the worker count and making more. I love it. Getting armor for the air, which is a better choice than weapons in this case. I think it's because these units have so much health anyway that they'd rather take less damage than overkill. Supplies are army supplies. Not too much more, but she's got more than double the workers, which is huge. On 4 base compared to our 2 base Protoss player. And she's getting Hive and Corruptor coming in. Just, it sounds like she's just making more Corruptor. She's got the queen she wants. She has the queen she needs, I should say. I'm not sure if she's going to produce more, because the minerals probably. You got to offset the gas income somehow. Oh, cheeky little transfuse on the spore. And she's just waiting for the perfect opportunity to come in here where all our units can get in there. Prismatic alignment on these voids. She's waiting that out with the Corruptor. That does more damage to armored units, I believe, when it's aligned like that. So now that that's running out, yeah, 7 more Corruptors in the way, and our Protoss opponent's just making voids. So this Queen Walk with Ravager support was enough to smash Zest's 3rd base, pound up the natural enough to do damage at the gate, and then, yeah, it was enough damage to just stop the Protoss and killed the economy and killed the army, and yeah, won the game for Scarlett. So that's just a little bit of a demonstration on this build I'm like looking at, trying to learn how to do queen walks in the most efficient way to do it. So this was a great little replay to take a look at. Again, this was game 1 of a best of 5 with Zest vs Scarlett at the latest Dreamhack. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.